Good evening, everyone. It's a little past 7 in Colorado, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. We have a lot to cover today, so I apologize if we go a little bit over 30 minutes. We try to keep these at 30 minutes, but depending on what we're covering, it might go a little bit over, so apologies for that. But just wanted to welcome all of you and say thank you for joining. If you are brand new to Plexus, welcome to the journey. It's going to be awesome. And if you have been with us for a while and just getting some refreshers, then that's awesome as well. So tonight we're going to start over with the training series, and this is our training series 101. There's another training series 202, and just a little background about the training series. This was developed by Jen Hawkins and one of her Emerald ambassadors, Kate Wilson. And Jen is my direct upline. She is a Diamond Sapphire ambassador, and if you're new, don't understand what that means, no worries, we'll get there. But they put this together basically so people can start getting experience and learning the process right from the get-go so we can get you started and excited about your business. So tonight we are going to cover in week 1, nuts and bolts, your why, goals, plan, and belief. So let me see if I can advance this. There we go. Okay, so in the 101 series, like I just said, in this first week, we're going to cover nuts and bolts, basic terminology, intro to success guide, your why, goals, plan of action, creating your Franks list, and building belief in creating a database. In the following weeks, week 2 will cover products and being a product of the product. Week 3 will be about sharing Plexus and using social media and also utilizing your resources that Plexus provides. And then week 4, we'll talk about events. And each week we'll have a different person covering the information. And then after the 101 series, they'll go into the 202 series. Okay. So nuts and bolts and terminology. Okay. When you first join Plexus, you sign up and you are given your website and a welcome email and just some basic information that you want to make sure you cover. So the other awesome thing that you get if you order a welcome pack, which I would encourage you to always do and always have your ambassadors order a welcome pack because it includes deeply discounted products as well as this awesome Plexus Success Guide and kit. Now, this is something that was not available when I joined, and this, you guys, is awesome. This is going to contain so much information and resources for you to get started. So I really encourage you to go through that right when you get it. So don't throw it to the side. Just, take some time to just skim through it and familiarize yourself with the information, and you'll be much better off. So 2 things that you'll want to memorize right in the beginning is that website address and your ambassador ID. Now remember, your website is something that's duplicated right from the company. So it's not something that you have to purchase or buy. It's just a duplicate website, and you get to name whatever you want it to have be named. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is the Let's Get Started guide that comes in your success kit. And in the first chapter, they do give you a little section here to fill out your information. So this is where you can put your website and your ambassador ID number. And the reason why that's important is because when you're sharing this with your friends and family and other people, you're going to want to direct them to your website and know your ambassador ID number, because then all of their product purchases and things funnel through that website and are linked to your ambassador ID. Okay. The other thing that you want to kind of know in this success guide and getting started guide are the customer service contact information and hours. So they're going to have your the phone numbers, the email address, the hours of operation, and that way you'll know for yourself and for any customers or other ambassadors how to reach people in Plexus. Okay. Okay, the next thing that you want to do once you sign up is go to your back office and get familiar with it. You don't need to figure it out all right away, but you definitely want to familiarize yourself with that back office because it's where you're going to do the majority of your Tracking, it's where you can see ambassador information for your team. It's where you can see your customer information. It's where you can get resources from Plexus. You will have a username and a password, basically like any other website that you use. And let me just go there. I'm so visual. It's easy for me to just show you guys, and hopefully you can see my screen. So I'm going to block out of this slideshow for a second and just take you to that back office. So your back office is here, and this should come in that welcome email that you get when you first sign up for Plexus. So I'm going to sign in and just kind of give you a quick tour. So this is what's considered your dashboard. It's going to give you key information right up front. So you see some qualification information. We'll talk about that in a minute. The training plan is where I want to kind of guide you right now. This is going to give you an overview of your whole back office. So take some time to explore this and figure it out. They've done a great job of putting this together for you and us to learn about this back office. So you're going to look at reports, you're going to look at your shopping where you can look at your orders, place new orders, etc. So just kind of familiarize yourself with this, and talk with your upline if you have questions, but you definitely want to explore this so you get comfortable. Okay, let me go back to this PowerPoint. Okay. I think we covered everything about the back office that we need to for now. So let's talk a little bit about basic terminology. You're going to hear a lot of terms and phrases as you get started. And again, don't worry if you don't understand it all at first, you will get it. But we want to make sure you kind of start getting the concept of some of the things that we talk about a lot. PV is what you consider your personal volume. And personal volume is basically your total amount of purchases for the month that come from you and or any customers that order purchase products through you. So think of it as kind of, like your total sales, although the cost of the products are sometimes different than your personal volume, but don't let that confuse you. Just think of your personal volume as the total amount of product that's moving through your business and your website for the month. And that's going to become important for your commissions. Okay, so going down to the next one, commission qualified. In order to be commission qualified, Plexus just asks that you have 3 things in place every month. So the first thing is that you have a minimum of 100 PV, so a minimum of that 100 personal volume for that month. Your backup order selected, and we'll talk about the backup order in a second, and your annual website fee for $34.95 is paid. Now that's an annual fee, it's not a monthly, but the other 2 things being that you reach your 100 minimum of personal volume and your backup order is turned on, those are the 3 things that are going to keep you commission qualified, okay? Now that backup order, which is something that you placed when you first signed up, is really just an insurance policy that basically keeps you in good standing with the company for commission purposes. So if for whatever reason you do not reach that minimum of 100 PV for the month, then that backup order is kind of like your insurance policy that's going to process to ensure that you reach a minimum of 100 PV. So it's going to help keep you commission qualified. Now, you don't have to have that process if you don't want to. You can have it be conditional, which means that it would only process if you don't reach that 100 PV any other way. So if your customers don't order products that get you to that 100 PV, or you don't order it, then the only time it would process is in those cases. If you want it to process every month, regardless of how much personal volume you have, then you can set it to unconditional. Okay, that kind of gets people hung up a little bit in the beginning. So again, if you have questions about it, make sure you talk with your sponsor or someone that understands that. Okay, your downline. Downline are people that you personally sponsor and then they personally sponsor. So anybody that's in your downline is part of your team. So for example, I am in Jen's downline. In fact, probably if you're watching this, there's a 99.9% chance that you are in Jen's downline. Okay, so and then people that I sponsored are in my downline, and people that they sponsor are in their downline and also in my downline, so forth. Your upline is the person that sponsored you. So Jen is my upline, and then above her is the person that sponsored her. So those are all the upline people, okay? A jewel, you'll start hearing a lot of talk about jewels. So jewels are special ranks in our company. They're emerald, sapphire, and diamond, and they are recognized as leadership positions in the company. So, as you advance in your business, as you grow and people join your team and you continue to share, you will reach your jewel status and be considered in a leadership position. Now, we're all leaders, but this is just a special way to distinguish these people who have reached the top of our company. Okay, and there's some other perks that come with that, but that'll come later. That someone will go through that in the comp plan probably. Okay, a retail customer. A retail customer is simply someone who places a one-time order through your website and it's at retail cost. Okay, this is the most expensive way to purchase products, and we typically, sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. We typically don't encourage this just because the preferred customer, which I'll get to in a second, is kind of a win-win for both of you. But there are times when people just want to do a one-time purchase just to check things out, see what they think, and it does come back with a 60-day money-back guarantee. So that's a retail customer, and that does go towards your personal volume as well. A preferred customer is a customer that signs up with a monthly shipment. So it's an auto shipment basically, so they don't have to remember to reorder their products every month. We will automatically process an order for them. And they also then get the products at a discounted rate. If they have 3 months of consecutive orders as a preferred customer, then in their 4th month, they will get another 10% discount off of the discounted price already. So again, it's kind of a win-win because not only are they getting the discounted prices, but you are going to get preferred customer bonuses, which again will be talked about in the compensation plan and in other places in the training series. But preferred customers also get a 60-day money-back guarantee. So I just always encourage people to go the preferred customer route for their discounted prices, their 60-day money-back guarantee, and for your preferred bonuses. Now, you don't have to tell them that you're getting preferred bonuses, but they can cancel that preferred customer shipment at any time. So there's really no risk and nothing to lose. Okay, so talking about all of that and commissions and everything leads to the questions of when do we get paid? So Plexus is so awesome. They pay us up to 5 times a month. Now, the standard big commission qualifying payments come on the 15th of each month, and that's for the previous month's commissions. So let's see, we're starting June. I can't believe it's June. If you make commissions this month, then on the 15th of July, you will get paid on the commissions that you made for the month of June. Now, you will be pleasantly surprised that they often pay a couple days early. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. But the other times that they pay are weekly on Fridays for the previous week's activity. So if you sign somebody up as an ambassador underneath you and they purchase a welcome pack, which again is something we always encourage them to do, then you will get a commission based on that welcome pack, and that will be paid to you the following week. So Plexus doesn't want you to wait until the next month. They want to reward you for building that business immediately. So you'll get paid the following week. Okay. Success kit and guide. So we talked about this a little bit before, but I want to go through it just a little bit more in depth for you. Again, if you order that welcome pack, you're going to get this success kit as part of that welcome pack. So it's huge, you guys. They introduced these at Super Saturday this last January, and I was so excited. So just to kind of quickly go through it again, I'll hold it up. It looks like this. and inside is just a wealth of information. So I'm going to kind of go through each piece for you. And the Let's Get Started, Let's Get You Started guide is just a really in-depth guide all about the company, all about how to build your business, tips, just so much encouraging information. So take some time to just, read through this, whether it's at night, out by the pool, it's summertime, take some reading material. That's what I did. I love, just laying by the pool and reading some stuff. So this is great reading material. Okay. Now, if you want to get just your quick tips and quick start, a lot of software companies have the quick start guides. So we have one as well. And this is just 10 quick things. It's like a checklist that you can kind of go through to get you started and on your way to success. So I'm not going to read through all of them because we're going to cover some of them in this session, but just kind of go through this. And when you get new ambassadors, go through this with them and it'll help get everyone started on the right foot. Okay, so that's included. And then you do get a card that is, given by our CEO, and that's just a little encouragement for you. Okay, these are your product cards. Now, these are great, you guys, especially if you're just learning about the products, but even if you're not and you're just wanting to share some information with potential customers, potential ambassadors, these are like little flashcards. And each product has its own card, and it gives you a brief description of the product on the front, it gives you a picture of the product, and then on the back, it gives you talking points and what you might say to somebody who you're sharing the product with. And then they also give you some great companion products. So these are just awesome little educational cards. Think back to when you were in school and you're doing your flashcards, learning your letters, your multiplication. This is learning your products. So keep these handy and you'll know your products in no time. And next week, they're going to talk about being a product of the product and all of our awesome products. So the next thing in your success kit are these little pamphlets. And these are what if this could change everything. Now, this is a phrase that was actually coined by Plexus. So we actually have it trademarked. And this is something that you want to share with your prospects or potential ambassadors. So it talks about the company and all of the different ways that Plexus compensates us. It talks a little bit about the products and just about our culture and how they can get started. So it's just a great little handout that you can keep handy in your purse or in your gym bag or something in your car to, just have on hand if you happen to start having a conversation with someone and say, hey, if you really want to learn more about this, would you be interested in looking through this and then getting back together with me to talk further? Okay. And then they also give us thank you cards. These are just nice little extra, it's actually a postcard. These are extra, goes a little ways if you have customers or ambassadors that have joined you, you can send them a little thank you card, just thanking them for their business and or for their support. And it's just a nice little touch to kind of add to your business. Okay. You also will get a bracelet, which I don't have in my kit, but it's just a Plexus bracelet so you can, wear it proud and loud and, catch the attention of people if you are wearing it. Okay, so really just please do take some time to go through that success kit. It's awesome. Okay, so your why. We talk a lot about our why and why are you doing this company? Why did you decide to join as a Plexus ambassador? This is something that will probably evolve over time, but I really want to challenge you to dream big and go deep. It might be that you join for the wholesale prices, which is awesome, and that's a great thing, and it's a great benefit. But what are the deeper reasons? Why did you want to go wholesale? Was it just to get them cheaper? Was it because you felt like you really believed in the products and you wanted to start sharing with people? Is it because you have this dream to be a stay-at-home mom? You want to help other people with their health? You want to provide a little extra income because your husband's working so hard and you want, or wife, and you want to help just provide for your family? Is it you're saving up for a new car, some bills that you need to pay off? There's so many reasons, you guys, for why this business is so valuable to people. And you want to identify that and always keep it in your mind, because that's what's going to drive your business. It's not, yes, the products are amazing and we wouldn't have this company without the products, but why is it that you're taking these products, or why is it that you're sharing these products? People don't buy what we do, they buy why we do it. So why are you doing this? I can tell you a little bit about my why when I first started being a nurse and very passionate about health and wellness. I wanted to get reconnected and directly work with people to help them get healthy. And as my, why evolved, I also wanted to, make a little extra income. I was living in San Diego and had some extra bills that were coming up to be paid. And then eventually I ended up having a baby. So now my why is all about my baby and wanting to stay home with him and just enjoy that freedom, both financially and from, a time perspective, to be with him. So again, your why is going to constantly evolve, but dream big, you guys. Don't limit yourself. Don't put it in a box, but know why you're doing this business. Write it out, share it with your upline, put it on your mirror, just so you always have it, in front of you. It's really going to be what keeps you going in the ups and downs of the business, because there's going to be days when it's hard and you're going to ask yourself, is this really going to work? But if you go back to your why, that will motivate you to keep going, I promise. Okay, so goals. Goals are going to help you with your why, and they should align. So short-term goals and long-term goals are really great to have so that you have a focus and a way to actively get to where you want to go. Okay? Write them down. Now, a lot of times I'm not great about writing down my goals, but if you write them down and have them visible, and again, kind of like your why, they're in your focus, they're going to help drive you and make sure that you kind of keep you accountable for what it is that you're trying to do in the short term and in the long term. So there's a little acronym that we like to use, and it's called SMART. And this is how your goals should kind of follow. The S is for specific. So be specific about your goals. Make sure that the goal is measurable. So, that you want to talk to 5 people in the day, share the business with 5 people, or the products with 5 people. That's measurable. Make it attainable. So, make sure that it's something that you know that you can reach in the amount of time that you've set. Relevant. So make it relevant to, your why. Again, if it's you want to make 4 people, if you want 4 people to join the business, then what's your goal going to be? How is that going to be relevant to what it is that you're working for? Are you going to reach out to, say 20 people, and maybe 5 of those people will end up joining? So just make it relevant to your goal and your why. And then make it time bound. Give yourself a time frame so that you have that kind of, I don't want to say pressure on yourself, but you have that goal in mind of, by this time I want to do X. And then that way you have something to shoot for. And again, it's okay if you set those goals and for some reason you don't meet all of them. You can, set that same goal the next month. But you always want to have your short-term and long-term goals kind of written out and in sight so that you know where you're going. Okay, so as an example, a great first short-term goal for everybody when you join is to do what we call go silver. So this is something I encourage all of my ambassadors to set as their first goal. So going silver is having 3 people, 3 friends, 3 family members, whoever it might be, join you on this journey. So it's personally sponsoring 3 qualified ambassadors. So again, they would need to purchase their website, make sure their backup order is in place, and that they have 100 personal volume in a month. Those are what qualifies them. And when you have 3 of those people, then you are what we call a silver ambassador, and you will get $100 one-time achievement bonus for that. So you also will get, if somebody orders a welcome pack, you will get the building business bonus for those people who purchase welcome packs. So you can kind of see on this slide, it goes through just, what that all means. And we'll talk a little bit about commissions, but the other big thing that you can do as a great short-term goal is shoot for having a minimum of 500 PV, so a purchase volume of at least 500. The reason that's important is because you'll see on the right-hand side of the slide that you don't make any commissions on the first 100 PV. That's why we want people to have a minimum of 100. And then from 100 to 499 in personal volume, you're going to get 15% of that commission. So just as a quick example, if you make 400 personal volume for the month, you're going to get 15% of 300 back, because that first 100 goes to the company. So you're going to get $45. So if you go over 500 in personal volume, you're going to get 25%. So that's a big jump. So 25% of, let's say you made an even 500 personal volume for the month, you're going to get 25% of 400, because again, that first 100 goes to the company. So 25% of 400 is $100. Excuse me. So you can see, from $45 at the 15% to $100 is a pretty big jump. So make that one of your goals. And again, that personal volume, that doesn't mean that you have to spend $500. It can come from customers who order through you. It can come all from your customers, and you wouldn't have to order anything for that month. So just those are some great short-term goals. Going silver, so getting 3 people to join you, and having a minimum of 500 in personal volume. Okay, an aggressive short-term goal would be to go fast start gold, which is personally sponsoring 3 qualified ambassadors, making you silver, and then training all of them to go silver as well, to get you up to 100 pay points. And we'll talk further about that later. But growing a team that has around 20 ambassadors is going to get you to gold. And if you do that in your first month, then you'll get what they call fast track gold. And that just comes with some additional bonuses and commissions. So again, great short-term goals, and write those down, talk with your upline about them, make sure you have an accountability person to help you be reaching those goals. Okay, plan of action. So this also should align with your goals, your action plan, how you're going to get to those goals that you're wanting to attain. So if you have aggressive goals, you need an aggressive action plan. And actions are things that we do. So it's not, scrolling through Facebook, looking at posts. It's not organizing your office. It's not, although those things are good, but these are things that are actually going to set you in motion. So things like sharing with people, sharing your excitement about the products, about this business opportunity, about your why, get people excited with you. Becoming a product of the product, start taking the products. Now not all of us are going to take all the products and have all of the results and the benefits that everybody else is going to have, because we don't all deal with the same issues. But to be a product of the product really helps you build your belief, and it helps others trust in you and what you're sharing with them. Okay, start building belief. So watch your Diamond documentaries. Those are great, you guys, for just inspiring and showing that this is doable for anybody. Listening to the weekly calls, launching your business event, making your Frank's List. We'll talk a little bit about Frank's List. Ordering your business cards, product sample cards, those kinds of things that you just can have readily on hand. If you're out and about and happen to strike up a conversation, you can say, why don't I give you my card and can I get your contact information? Or, hey, here's a sample of the pink drink. Take it home, try it, let me know what you think, let's get back in touch. All of these things are parts of your action plan. So think through those again, write them down, talk with your sponsor, and just, get started now. Your Frank's List. So this is part of your action plan, and this is just, this is huge, you guys. This actually, I did this and I was shocked at how many people are actually in my network, and that's kind of why they encourage you to do it. You don't know things until you write them down. So the Frank's List stands for friends, relatives, acquaintances, your neighbors or neighborhood, connections with your kids, and then service organizations and spousal connections. So if you go through your entire network, whether it's on Facebook, your kids' schools, your mailman, your trash man, all of those people, just write anybody and everybody down. Don't rule anybody out because you never know. So these products, are going to reach people that you never even imagined you would reach. I have reconnected with people and shared these products with people I would have never guessed would need them or want or be interested in them. So again, don't limit those people, write them all out, and excuse me, just to give you an idea of how many people you truly can reach. Okay. So we talked a little bit about this, but it gives you a good tangible view of your network, and it allows you to add people, to take notes, to write down, to analyze, to look at, filter through and think of, okay, who are the top people in my network that I would just know would do awesome with this journey and I would love to have walk alongside me. Those are kind of like your dream team in your Frank's List. Now, if you reach out to people and they say no, that's okay, because a no is usually not now or not yet, or maybe it's never, a no is never a no, no, no. Just keep going after your no's because you're planting those seeds. You are giving them something to think about, and you never know when they're going to come back and say, you know what? I actually, now I'm ready to hear more about what you're offering and sharing. Okay, so your Frank's List is key, and don't just put it, write your Frank's List and then set it aside. Write it out and, actively be working it and looking at it. Again, this is something, for people who are, ready to build their business and get going. If you're someone who's looking at just doing the thing, the ambassador for wholesale right now, then this might not be something that you are interested in yet. But as if you do take the time to write it out, then you might actually find yourself thinking, maybe this is something that I want to dig deeper on and do more with than just the wholesale prices. Okay. And they'll talk about working this list in the 201 series. Okay, belief. Belief is huge, you guys. Belief in anything, in your life is huge. It's going to be what fuels you, what fuels people that are watching you, and people are watching you, I promise. So if you don't have the belief, then you're probably going to struggle in your business. So it's the foundation of what you're doing. So start now and start building that belief. We do have this quote and I love it. It says, belief doesn't come from success. Success comes from belief. And a lot of times we have that backwards. We feel like we have to be successful before we can believe in something. And it's actually the opposite. So if the more you believe in something, the more successful you're going to be in it. And that's just to say, you don't have to have this amazing story right out of the gate. A lot of people feel like, oh, but I haven't lost 30 pounds, or my blood sugars haven't regulated, or I'm not a diamond ambassador. And so, well, you're not going to become a diamond ambassador until you believe in what you're doing. So you can't flip it. So just keep that in mind. Again, work on that belief building, watch the diamond documentaries, read and watch the testimonies, listen to the opportunity calls, attend events. Convention is coming up. We're so excited for convention. Get yourself to those events, and that is going to really build your belief. Talk with your upline. Again, I know I'm saying that a lot, but that's just so important to stay plugged in, and that's really going to help fuel your belief as well. Okay. Building belief in Plexus and creating the database of stories. So just as we kind of wrap up this training 101 for week 1, this is how you're going to help build belief and create databases. And this is what I was kind of just talking about. So in the nooks and crannies of your life, again, you don't have to spend hours a day. I know we're all busy, but you can take time to listen to 1 or 2 opportunity calls, and you can access those on the YouTube channels. You can find them hopefully in team pages, but those are quick, like 15-minute calls, you guys, that you can listen to in the car as you're driving, or while you're brushing your teeth in the morning, before you go to bed at night. Watching 1 diamond documentary a day, again, is just going to help inspire you and just show you that there are so many people that have reached the top of this company because they've worked at it, and they've believed in themselves, and they've believed in these products, and they've believed in the company. So the homework is to do that. And as you're doing that, start a log of what you're listening to and what you're watching. So record the dates, write down the keywords of testimonies that you listen to or hear or see or read. Is it someone that was struggling with blood sugar issues, anxiety, weight loss, migraines, pain, chronic pain, any of those things, that kind of just stick out to you as you're reading those testimonies? Jot them down, because later on, as people come to you and say, hey, I'm really struggling with X, Y, or Z, you're going to now have this as a reference or that database to go back to. The Diamond documentaries, write down the name of the person and kind of a summary of what theirs was about, so that, again, you can have something to share with those people that you connect with. Whether it's someone who's a nurse that is looking to, stay at home, or if it's, a teacher who, bless their hearts, is as valuable as they are, if they're looking, again, to wanting to contribute further to their financial situation. If it's, maybe it's someone who wants to, go on more mission trips, or adopt a child. There's so many things in these diamond documentaries, and if you watch them and you hone in on the key things that just drove these people to success, then you're going to be able to, and write that down, you're going to be able to share that with people and connect them and really allow them to relate to you and to the business. Okay. I guess that is the end. So again, I know we went a little bit over. It was a lot. I'm sorry if I talked fast. If you have any questions, this is recorded, so that's the great thing. We'll post it up on the YouTube channel, and you can always refer back to it. There's recordings from, other people, and get back with your upline, go through your success guide, write down your Frank's list, write down your why, your goals, and you will be on your way to a fabulous journey and wonderful success. So thank you all for joining, and I hope you have a great night. And if you're going to convention, then I'll see you there, and feel free to reach out. My Facebook is Kirsten Hope, and I would love to connect with you. So have a great night and take care.